Nitish, you have been not just been Lord Krishna as a character, but what we have seen, whether it was the Ramayana of those days or the Mahabharata, these serials literally made you Lord Krishna in so many ways. I'm sure there must have been fans who came up to you, who bowed down to you. So there was this reverence and respect that was given even to you, even though it was just a character that you were portraying. But I can see that how involved you have been in reading the Bhagwad Gita yourself. Today, when we see international personalities read the Bhagwad Gita, try to find out more about this incredible religion of Hinduism. How do you see this as well? Bhagwad Gita talking about whether it's remorse, duty to ensure that it's eternal time. The time is going to end for everyone. And these are some of the verses that even today people are trying to find interest on. How do you see how Bhagwad Gita has become a book for irrespective of age groups and religions across the world today?
Bhagavad Gita does not belong to only us Hindus. Bhagavad Gita is a philosophy of life. It's the art of living. It teaches you Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Akshar Brahma Yoga, everything. It teaches you everything. And through Vibhuti Yoga, which is the 10th chapter of the Gita, the Lord himself has expressed him as everything in this world. He says, Ashvatta Sarva Vrikshanam, Devarshinam Cha Narada, Gandharvanam Chitraratha, Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. So he's talking about various aspects of life and how I am the best in that. And he's saying Ashvatta Vriksha is the best Vriksha, that I am. So he's basically teaching us the philosophy which is for peace, the philosophy which is for dharma. Dharma does not mean faith. Dharma here, from Gita's perspective, does not mean religion. Dharma means duty.
Duty.
Okay. So duty. So, and duty has a perspective. My duty to my child will not be the same as my duty to the nation, my duty to the my duty to my wife, my duty to the society, or my duty to my office. So there is always a perspective, and Gita teaches you to see the perspective. I urge upon the people of India to see the perspective, and for the first time somebody has used that line so well to express the guilt and remorse of Oppenheimer, the father of atom bomb, who probably is not happy. You see what is happening today. Our defense budgets of all the countries are just going up. We are killing each other. Is this why? And that is precisely why the Brahmins of the Kshatriyas, after the end of Kurukshetra war, decided not to propagate, because we had the Shruti Parampara. Okay, we didn't have the writing Parampara. We used to teach, orally to all the Vedas and scriptures, all the other scriptures. So they decided to scuttle that scripture called Dhanur Veda, which is an Upaveda of art of warfare. So it got scuttled. Otherwise, you see Brahmastra. You see, the ideal example I can give you is Brahmastra is nothing but an atom bomb. So Brahmastra was not a form of an atom bomb, a devastating missile or a devastating astra, which was not given to everybody. So Dronacharya didn't give it to everybody. And see how it was misused by his own son Ashwathama, whose money was taken away by Krishna, and his wound is still not healing, and we believe that Ashwathama is Chiranjeev. Why do we believe Ashwathama is Chiranjeev? Because the Lord Krishna wanted our societies to remember Ashwathama is not Chiranjeev alone. The purpose why this money was taken, the mistake why this money was taken, must be remembered for time immemorial. That's what Lord Krishna
so
wants us
many who may just want to dismiss the Bhagavad Gita and say it is just a historical, mythical scripture, do not realize perhaps even today how strongly it can stand in day-to-day life. As simple as do your duty, do not worry about the or concern about the fruits that come with it. And that perhaps is even today people unknowingly quoting the Gita have said. My final question, Nitish, would be, you've played Lord Krishna, and you must have thought at that point possibly it was a character that you're playing, a role that you're playing. How has that impacted your life? It wouldn't have been easy as well in an acting career to now have become the Lord Krishna of it, but how has your life been impacted by playing Lord Krishna, such a significant part of our history, of our country, of our religion?
It's one of the strongest heritage of this planet. The Vedas, Upanishad, Brahman, Aranyak, Shikshavalli, the Bhagavad Gita. Swami Vivekananda himself has said Gita is a bouquet of best chosen flowers of the Vedas and the Upanishads. Okay, so I live by the Gita. I live by the Gita. And no, you're wrong when you say that, I just thought it's just kind of a role.
Huh.
That is why you see all my interviews where I said first I declined to do it because I knew the sense of responsibility on the actor who will play Lord Krishna.
Yes.
It's a huge responsibility. And I probably thought at the age of 24, I'm not the right person to do it at that time. And Chopra Saab should have selected someone who's more experienced.
Okay.
But then it kept on coming back to me again and again. Ravi Chopra said, "No, no, you are the one." Rai Saab said, "No, no, you are the one."
Huh.
And then it was my mother who was proficient in the Gita and the Ganeshwari. And she said she knew my study of the Gita and the Ganeshwari right from my childhood. It's not that this knowledge doesn't come from the divine in one day that you're selected.
Correct,
It, it
correct.
is it is preordained that I was born to these parents and who taught me the Gita. My father, I've seen him as a karma yogi. He kept on doing his karma. He had difficult times, and that's the pariksha. That's your test. And so is mine. After the Gita, after the Mahabharata, my life has seen lots of rough patches.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And everybody, and I sometimes joke with my friends. I say, every big man's life is difficult. So is mine. So I'm a big man.
Well, it was meant
this
to
is
be the
this
manner
is
in
just a
which,
joke.
yes, you've played, and
Yeah, this
I'm
is
sure Lord Krishna
yeah.
has carried you through, and
Yeah,
you've done your
that's
duty as
right.
best.
That's
Nitish,
right. So
I
I'm
appreciate.
I'm
Yes,
learning. I'm learning from the Gita, and the most important thing I keep telling people from all fora is it is not important to remember all 700 shlokas of the Gita.
correct,
It is enough to practice one, what is applicable to you.
perfect.
Just pick one and practice it. Again, a huge appeal to all the people and audiences of India. Show restraint. That's Hinduism. Show restraint. Restraint is Krishna. So show restraint and see the perspective in
Perfect.
which Nolan has used the Gita so cleverly and so beautifully.